Hey, P-Tag. Hey, Tim. How you guys this morning? Let me know if you can hear me okay, Tim. Man, this camera really brings that algae natural 3D background I have on this Tiger Barb tank, doesn't it? Thank you for saving me from Facebook Reels. You're welcome, sir. Oh, thank you, Tim. Hey, Paul. Good to see you, buddy. Jim's Fish. Nice to see you again. Hope everyone's having a good start of their day here, having a good morning. I've got a few things to talk about on this live stream, and I have a member shout out video that I created that I'm going to play once we get some more people coming in. Everybody else got their coffee? I see StreamYard came out with a couple of new features, presets for the banners and things. I was playing around with those, but I like my green. Green's my favorite color. Yes, hit the like button, peeps. I had out my coffee mug, and I think somebody left because I forgot to get your coffee. I've been starting a little bit earlier. Usually 9 a.m. is my main start time. I started 30 minutes early last stream. I started, like 8 minutes early. I'm impatient. I like to get going. Ooh, second cup. This is my second cup, so I can't say anything. I'll tell you what, a good coffee is, and everybody that comes to our house and tries our coffee says the same thing. This is the best coffee I've ever had. The wife and I have been drinking coffee for a long time, like many of you. And we have found if you go to Walmart and you get the carton of their French vanilla creamer, it's cheaper than name brand, it tastes better. And get the great value. We got a Keurig. There's two different ones we get. Get the great value caramel cream and the cinnamon vanilla K cups. The mixture with the creamer in those coffees is absolutely amazing. We don't add no sugar, just the creamer. I would love to drink black coffee, but I can't do it. It gives me reflux. Hey, Garcia, good to see you, buddy. Man, I apologize for not answering your phone calls as of the last few weeks. Every time you call me, it seems to be at the worst time, and then I forget to call you back. So I apologize. I'm not ignoring you. You just always seem to call at the wrong time at work. So just a victim of circumstance. So I got a good subject I want to talk about. I was actually talking to Jim about it over the phone. It's something we've talked about before, but we kind of got a little bit more in depth with it the other day. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I get that a lot, so it doesn't phase me anymore. Yeah, man. If you like, and if I was driving to work and you call me right now, I actually don't. I like talking on the phone when I'm driving. It keeps me awake, and so we've talked many times, and that's a perfect time. But I can even talk to you at work. But sometimes when I'm elbow deep, it's hard to greasy hands. So just to elaborate on that, a lot of times when you call me and I'm at work, I always have those rubber gloves on, and I got grease and oil all over me. It's very hard to answer the phone. Pumpkin spice, I like it. I like pumpkin spice myself. Not a bad creamer. And it is the season for pumpkin spice. Is anybody else enjoy this time of year? I know there's lots of people that enjoy this time of year, but I really have always enjoyed October, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas being my favorite. I love the time off work. I love the you know holiday season. I've always enjoyed it. Something I've always looked forward to. Uh, I would have more campfires during that time, but campfire smoke gives my wife very bad headaches, so I can't do that. International Delight is is okay. I'll use it when I need to. But I think the Great Value tastes better. There's another thing regarding these creamers that my wife taught me, and I can't remember the name of the oils, but International Delight uses one of the two. It's either a coconut oil or a palm oil. One of those two are not good for you. Um, I think the palm oil one is the one that's bad for you. The Great Value brand has the one that's good for you too. Brent loves this time of year. Same. He tags Halloween is his favorite holiday. See, mine's Christmas. Not a fan of Christmas, however. How come not, Brenton? Hey, Cecil, good to see you. Oh man, that was or no, it was Raisin who left one of the funniest comments on one of my recent video I've seen in a long time. Is the one I did on my bird. Man, that was funny. Why are the changes your channel? What are the changes? Yep, that's what we're going to discuss. Christmas is a way overrated Hallmark holiday. Well, honestly, P-Tag, they've all become that way. You go into Lowe's to go get something at the beginning of October. They got Halloween stuff in there, but they have more Christmas stuff in there, and we haven't even hit Halloween yet. But they have all become a gimmick. It's all about, and it's sad because it's all become that way. It's all a gimmick. It's all money making scheme. Let's put Christmas decorations and trees in the store in October. I remember you didn't see that stuff until December when I was a kid. Up and every year. Pretty soon they're going to have Christmas trees in stores and lights and decorations in August. Hey, MFT. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, what Joe says, become a pain more than anything. Yeah, Thanksgiving's my favorite. My breeder is always on that week. Yeah. Excuse me. It is pretty bad. So we've only got 5 people in here according to my end, so I want to wait until I get into the subject we get more people coming in. Your Thanksgiving is my favorite. I like to eat. Oh yeah, me too, man. Thanksgiving's good stuff. Wow, my favorite is stuffing. Hey, everybody, I haven't been dropping videos or doing live streams. I've been taking care of all things. Yeah. Well, that's kind of goes hand in hand with my subject that I'm going to discuss too, Garcia. Among with other things, but these tiger barbs are pumpkin pie with Q-Whip. Oh yeah. And P-Tag kind of talked about this on his live stream with Mad Max last night a little bit. You guys touched on some of the subjects I'm just going to plan on talking about. And now we got 4. So now we can go into it. For a while now, I've been thinking about this, for over 2 years now. I've been doing the YouTube thing. And I enjoy it. And it's been nothing but great to me. It's been great networking. Met a lot of good friends like all you in here. Hey, Laura, good to see you. Ouch. Really, and I really have no regrets. I don't have no qualms. It's done nothing but help me. I'm monetized. I make a little money at it. I got some sponsors. I'm where I wanted to be when I first started this thing, and I'm happy. I have no complaints. During that 2-year span, I have done the research. I sat down and watched YouTube creators on how to grow your channel, how to do the tricks, the hints, the tips, kept up on the trends, had TubeBuddy linked to my channel and was doing the highest ranking hashtags. And I've tried humor, I've tried drama, I've tried short, long, in between. I'm pretty 100% sure, you name it. I have tried everything possible, probably not everything, to really grow my channel and really get bigger and do it right. I've grew organically. I've tried, you know, everything. And as time goes on, it got a little bit better, but I never really am getting those views. Well, it didn't take long for me to realize I'm in the wrong niche. I'm the wrong gender. And it's just not going to happen. I'm at peace with that. I'm fine with it. I still enjoy my hobby. I get to share it with my friends, and I still got support in the meantime. Like I said, I got sponsors. I'm making a little money at it. I consider it successful. No complaints. However, if you're doing this to try to get big, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. Your Joeys, your KG Tropicals were doing it when YouTube first came out, so they got the top spot and they're not going anywhere. For a small channel like me, it's just not going to happen. So I just do it for fun. But in lieu with that, I don't know if that's the right word. I'm going to start doing this for more fun. I'm not going to spend time trying to edit videos and try to chase the algorithm and try to do my best to get views. Meaning, I'm not going to spend my time being pressured and obligated to make videos anymore, getting them videos out every week, because for us, live streams drive our watch hours anyway. Most of my videos, and it seems to have gotten worse, and that's not only because I'm not doing everything 100% right, but it's also because the YouTube algorithm and YouTube changes things all the times. Just like TikTok. When I was on TikTok, when I first started, I could put a video out and it would get thousands of views. And then they did some changes to the algorithm and that dropped. And the same thing's going on with YouTube. No matter what I do, the videos might be getting 200 to 500 views. If I'm lucky, one will hit 1K. And like I said earlier, I've tried everything to help that. It's just not going to happen. So I've realized, and like Jim and I was discussing and PTAG, there is nothing that we can put out that hasn't already been done. It's very saturated. There's nothing new that I can do unless I'm doing something crazy off the wall like some of these other people do. Like I turned my whole house into a fish tank. People don't want to watch that stuff. We're in a very negative world. I think we're more negative than positive in this world. People want to see something that's very entertaining, and keeping fish in my little videos is not going to do that. It's got to be drama. It's got to be controversial. You got to have naked chicks. You guys already know this. So unless I'm going to do that, it's not going to take off, and I'm not going to do that. So going forward, changes to the channel, I'm gonna try to get back into doing 2 live streams a week instead of 1. I am going to put a video out when maybe one of my sponsors send me something, or if I come up with an idea that I feel adds value to the fish keeping hobby, and it's something I don't see a lot of, like my DIY plant holder I did a while back. That did fantastic. That video and the one about taking the aquarium co-op strips and cutting them in half with a rotary tool instead of scissors, that one did very well. Those 2 videos is why I have so many subscribers I have now. That is why. And those are the only 2 that drove that. There's some that brought in subs and things like that, but not like those 2 videos. But the reason why they did is because they actually added value. It was something cheap that people can attain, something that's affordable and easy to do, that added value to the hobby that not a lot of people have seen. It was different. I haven't been able to think of anything since then to match those. Now, don't get me wrong, I still gained some subs, but it's not like those 2 videos brought in. So the point is, unless you can bring something new to the hobby that helps people and adds value, and it's something that's attainable that people can actually do, it's not going to really take off within this niche. So going forward, I'm going to just, like I said, make a video when I feel I can add value to something that hasn't been seen too much and that's actually attainable to us. So you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars. Maybe this is stuff laying around the house, or you can get very cheap. So videos are not going to be as often. That is because I'm not going to spend the time editing these videos for 200 to 300, 500 views. I'm just not going to do it anymore. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time. Shorts, I'll throw out when I feel like it. Now, to have a successful YouTube channel, you need to do all these things, right? You need to do posts, shorts, videos, live streams. You have to do it all, and I will, but it's just not going to be as often. And I'm going to go back to my Tuesday live streams at 6 p.m. Eastern and my Saturday ones at 9 a.m. And because those are the ones that drive the live streams. At the end of the day, if I can keep 3,000 watch hours a year just by doing these things and chatting with you guys, hanging out with you guys, and keeping my fish, and if I can keep monetized at 3,000 watch hours a year, I'm a happy guy. It is what it is. Other than that, I hit 4,000 watch hours. That's why I have ads on my stuff right now. But in order for me to hit 4,000 watch hours, it took daily, all day live streams to do that. And again, I'm not getting into that. No thanks. It's too much. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna be gearing back a little bit. I'm still gonna be here, but I got to get a little more practical about it. I'm not gonna wake up worrying about getting a video out. Feel like I'm obligated to get a video out. It's gonna get back to the roots. We're gonna be keeping fish. I'm gonna be talking to you guys. I'm gonna still hang out with you guys and do my live streams and just a video when I can do it. Jim, he's in the same place. I'm assuming you guys all saw his post. He's pretty much done with it altogether. He's still going to do his live streams, but as far as videos and crap, he's done with it. Yes, yeah. I mean, even if I could have, my wife won't do it. I asked her, but even if she would just like pretend like she's cleaning the tank in yoga pants, boom. All women have to do is come on the camera and smile, and they get hundreds of thousands of views. Yeah, DIY videos are they're fun to watch. Exactly, Brent. They're fun to watch. You learn something and they add value. There's nothing else that I can do that hasn't already been done a million times. There's hundreds of us doing this and we're all trying to do the same thing. And it's like, and most of us already know this stuff. Now, don't be mistaken. There's been times I've made videos on something that I just pretty much thought was general knowledge and everybody knew. But you would be amazed at the comments that I got. Man, I thought I knew everything. Just like using water and vinegar to clean the hard calcium off your lids so the light cleans them off and the light shines through. I had a guy say, man, I thought I knew everything and I read this and you saved me tons of money. I used to just replace my glass once a year because of this, and now I tried it and it works. Thank you. And those are my favorite type of comments. But there you go. We as fish keepers that do this more than your average fish keeper get so saturated and we learn everything. We think it's common knowledge, but some of these things you would think that you would know because we already know it. They don't. It's as simple as water and vinegar mix for cleaning glass, right? DIY videos, learn a lot. Yeah, and you save a ton of money. Excuse me. One of the best ones I've seen is making your own DIY chiller. Something I want to try. But now that I moved my fish room into the garage and I installed a split unit, it heats and cools the room. I don't need one. But when it was in my dining room, I wanted to keep my goldfish tank cooler. You can, go buy the actual chillers that cost a mint, or you can make your own one, and then you just take a mini fridge and you curl up a hose in there. Longer the better, 50 foot, because the longer the water stays in the fridge, the more time it has to cool down. And you install a pump, obviously, and the water gets taken from the aquarium and around that hose where it cools in the fridge and gets returned to the tank. Boom, DIY chiller. A lot cheaper. You can find most of this stuff on the marketplace. Stuff like that I love. Hey, Mike B, good to see you, buddy. I subscribed to you because you are the man. Sure, you were already subscribed to me, weren't you? But you're the man. And if you guys seen the intro to this live stream, Mike B made that for me. Also I put together a special members shout out video I'm going to be playing shortly for you members. I like what I did. I used Clipchamp for this one, not InShot. because I wanted to do some different features and add something else to my videos. So I'm going to play this members live stream member shout out video as soon as I get to the caught up on chat here. Tim says, notice how Kitty Sickness started to show more flesh after Hangouts married. Yeah. Yes, sir. I have. What's a Vish? What it says, sir, you look like the character Trevor from GTA 5. Is that a good thing? I'll have to look that up. New product testing setup videos also enjoy watching. Yeah, and with me too, Brandon. That's cool. Again, Higer sent me another product that I have to do a review on. I've been playing with it. I just got it yesterday. And so and this is something I think that will add a lot of value. It's been around for a little bit. I was told I'll be the first guy on YouTube to review it, but I don't know why they told me that, because I was looking back and saw people doing reviews in it in 2023. So I'm not sure about that. But yes, they sent me another product that I've been playing with. So far, not impressed. But I got to try it on a different tank, I think. We'll see how it goes. I will give an honest review. I don't care if I'm affiliated and sponsored by a company or not. If the product is no good, I will let you guys know. Don't get me wrong, I love Katie's videos, but dang, yeah, I got you, man. Because it works, dude. It works. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've always said I wish I was a good-looking woman. I would be doing the same thing. Some of these women make millions of dollars, and they're laughing all the way to the bank while you and I are clocking in and clocking out. So, thank you, Vish. So true, Tim. I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't stress about anything when it comes to my channel. Well, you said my Chanel there. I like doing lives with friends, but absolutely not scheduled. Exactly, and that's what you got to get to, because if you have fun with it, the numbers will maybe follow. I don't think they'll always follow, but we'll see. YouTube is turning into Facebook police. So many drama. Yeah, and nice thing about having a smaller channel is, you like Mad Mex was saying last night, the bigger channels really have to watch what they say and do. We down here, we can get away with a little more because not a lot of people watch us. Hey, Whip, good to see you, buddy. Let's get caught up in chat, and then we're going to put this member shout out video I put together. I really appreciate all my members that are monthly supporters to my channel. It really helps saving up to fix that 300-gallon, and the memberships by far bring in most of that revenue monthly. So I am up to $70 for my next payout. I probably won't hit that $100 threshold by the end of the month. But see, when you're monetized, it is important to put videos out, because the more videos you put out, regardless, adds to your revenue. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But like I said, I can make up for that with doing 2 live streams a week. Yeah, new and even old, but new to me. Videos are pretty cool. I gotta head out. The kid has a soccer game. All right. See you, buddy. I appreciate you stopping and saying hello. Hey, Swiffle. Good to see you. Like button, hit that like button. Hi, hard to do. Well, don't drive and type. Hey, Mom. That's my mom. Good to see you. I haven't, if I haven't morning yet, morning and welcome to the chat. I haven't morning to yet. I love the little chats. It's more like, yeah, and I like, it's more personable. All right, guys, I'm at the bottom of the chat, as Mike B would say. Let me share my member shout out video. This is to you guys. I hope you like how I put this together. It's not super long, but thank you again. Thank you so much for all the support you give me, because it really helps. So let's play this after I find it. Why can't I find it? Where is it? Where did my crap go? I was just watching. You're back. Oh, here we go. All right. Shout out to the members right here. Did you like it? I did that on Clipchamp, a little bit different. Yeah, Tim, my sister and my mom both are channel members. It's my mom right here. Let me know if you like that video. I'll probably do different ones too and change it up at times, but it's been a while since I did something to really say thank you. And so you guys know you're appreciated. It does not go on the wayside. You do this, you don't have to, and I certainly appreciate it. It means the world. Swiffle, this is your second account, right? This is the same Swiffle that I sent, that I had to send the food to from the giveaway. Then I sent it to you and it came back because I had the address wrong. And I just sent it out like Monday morning. Thank you, Cecil. I played around with that for quite a while. I sat here on this computer playing around with that. My pappy paps in from time to time, and so does my wife. But yeah, kids and sisters don't even know I'm alive or dead. Yes. Did you get it? Did it show up? I'm telling you, man. I was like, it was so busy. There's no excuse, but I got it out Monday. Let me know when you get it. It's been since Monday. Red, my favorite color, by the way, not blue. Red, your favorite color? I can change it. I can change it to red. I will do that for you. App. I don't know what that means. Yeah, if you guys want, anyone that's a member, I will change the colors to the shout out video and redo it and send it back up. If you'd like to see your favorite color on there, I'll do that. Did you? Did you? Did you? Yeah. Did you? Hey, Animal, good to see you, buddy. So yeah, kind of going to gear things down a little bit. I didn't work real hard for 2 years to get to this point to just not do anything. That's not going to happen. I just need to do things a little bit different. That makes more sense. It's more efficient. That's all. I am also shutting down some tanks. I'm going to shut down all of my little tanks. I have a rack of tanks right here. I've already shut down one. I want to get, I have a hard time shutting down this 120-gallon long. It's such a pretty tank. And I can't shut down the other 20-gallon long because I have it divided in half, 2 betas, and it's full of cherry shrimp. I don't mind keeping the 2 20-gallon longs, but the 1, 2, 3, 10 gallons, they're gone. These two new 55 gallons I got, I want to move from the center of the garage. They'll fit perfect on here. Two 55s are perfect. And just get to the 55 and up aquariums and have. I like small fish too. That's why I'll keep the 29 and these two 20 gallons. But these three 10 gallons, they're gone. And then I want to move those 55s over here. I would love to move the 300 in the center of the garage and then move the 275 back where the 300 is currently at. But man, that 300 is not easy to move. I was just talking about this on Price Tags live stream last night. When we got it here, I literally we brought it down off the trailer on dollies, and I got it in front of my stand, and we had to use jacks, one on each side, and I had a jack block it, go to the other side, jack it up, block it until I got it high enough to where we could get it on the stand. It's just heavy tank. I think it goes about 500 some pounds empty. It was just very hard to get on the stand and get the mat under it and to stay in place. It was, so we just kind of inched it up and got it on there. So those are some other changes that I'm going to be doing. I'm also lights. I want to talk about lighting a little bit, and this would be a great subject to talk about with you guys and get your input. I've been out of touch for a couple of weeks. How's the 300? I have to buy the panel whip. The cheapest price I can get for it is $610, which is a crazy good price. Three other companies wanted $1,000 for it, but I can get it for $610. I'm not allowed to buy it with the main money. I have to purchase it with what I make for the proceeds on my channel. So I have to wait till I save up about $700. That way I can order the glass, get it here, and I can also buy the silicone that I need to do the repair. Additionally, the tank, as we discussed a couple streams ago, Whip, you pointed this out, it didn't come with the bottom frame, the support frame. It's not on there. I was researching that. I can make one out of wood. I can make my own. Basically make a bottom tray for it out of wood and then put a foam pad on there. And I can make my own because I was talking to June and she said she had a guy that might be able to make one, but it comes in a two-piece type of thing. You put it together. I don't know. I'd love to just do a plastic trim frame at the bottom, but I think what's going to happen is I'm probably just going to make my own DIY wood one, paint it black. And of course, it won't go on that until I get the whole back panel replaced and everything resealed. So a lot of work, but I do have to get motoring on it because I have 3 big Oscars. Well, they're little right now. I'm growing out to 55. I figure I have some few months or so to get everything and fixed before they're too outgrowing that aquarium. So I definitely have to get going on that, and we'll see how things go. So that's the update on the 300. Where did I leave off there? There we go. Here. Yeah. Oh, Slim Tim. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. $4.99 from Tim for the 300-gallon fund. I appreciate you, sir. That's definitely a huge help. Thank you, buddy. That's always exciting. That goes directly to my my fish room. So thank you. What is the cost of a new tank? Oh, that's the thing, Swiffle. You won't touch a 300-gallon aquarium for what I got this one for, and I didn't even know it was broke when I got it. I got that tank for $800. That's a 300-gallon. It's a true 300-gallon aquarium, $800. Now I'll have to put another $650, $700 into it, but still, when you add that in, you'll never touch the cost of a new 300-gallon. You just won't. I don't know what a new 300-gallon costs. I see people selling them on the Facebook Market site for anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. Thank you again, Tim. Appreciate you. Wish Google Play was cool with me, or I contribute with membership and super chats. I hate that I can't. All good, Whip. You don't have to, man. I appreciate you. I I don't beg for super chats. I don't beg for memberships. If people want to do it, they want to do it, and that is what it is. However, I do have a PayPal linked to my channel. If anybody wants to donate to help me get to 300 going, more than appreciative of that. But you do not have to. But I always do have the PayPal. Uh, if anybody wants to and can help, but there's no pressure there. I even hate talking about it. I feel bad even mentioning things like that. I would be steered to pay and all the money. Let me see. I would be steered to pay and all that money. And yeah, I was mad. So here's what happened, man. I went and picked it up. It was about 2 hours away, right? I drove out there. I got it. We looked it over. These people had it in their basement and they were rough with it. Now I get it. It's a heavy tank. They had about 5 or 6 guys wrestling that thing around, and on the bottom there was bulkheads plugging the holes for the overflow, which I was going to do anyway because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to be slapping a couple FX6s on there. So they busted those up because when they set the aquarium down, they were setting them on them plastic PVC bulkhead fittings. They broke them. Luckily, I was able to get them apart and clean them up and lube the seals and put it all back together, and there was no leaks out of them. I think what happened was at one point when they were taking it out, they dinged the bottom glass at that back corner, the tempered part, and they dinged it on something, right? And I think that's what started it, because once I took the trim off, I could see it where it was scuffed up. And then when I got it, I get it home, I fill it up with water. It was in there. It was filled up for about a week. I instantly cycled the aquarium. I had my big Pleco in there. I had all the sand in there. Happy as I could be, right? Super happy. Just giving it a couple weeks, and I was going to add my 2 big Oscars in there. And then I came out one morning and I looked at that bottom corner and I saw something weird, and a crack started to run. So I think when they dinged it, it started it. It weakened it. And then when I got it home and I filled it up, the water weight started making that crack run. And that's what I'm left with. So a lot of work ahead of me, a lot of siliconing. My process to do that is I'm going to set up 2 sawhorses in front of my stand. I got foam pads I'm going to put down. I'm going to get some help, and we're going to lean that 300 forward on its front and lay it down right on them sawhorses. And that's when I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting old silicone out, getting that old glass, back glass off, and I'm going to set it to the side. Then we're going to bring in that new piece. We're going to set it on there with the good silicone, and I'm going to go ahead and let that cure for about 2 days because I'm not taking any chance. I am going to purchase the higher tensile strength silicone because I don't want to mess around about it. I want to make sure that I can make this thing work. When I do this, I want to do it right. I don't want to have to take it back apart again. But I'm not going to let it defeat me. I am going to fix this tank. I've already spent $800 on it. You still won't get a tank of this size, even putting this extra money into it that I've got to. So it's worth it. And we're going to build the frame for it. We're going to reseal. And obviously at that point, even after you replace the back glass, you let it cure. I have to go ahead and reseal the whole tank because new silicone is not going to adhere to old silicone. So once I replace it, I got to reseal the whole tank. And you got to make sure you get a nice acetone to make sure you get all the residual silicone off the glass, or the new stuff won't adhere. So I've got to do this right. I've got to take my time, and we're going to get it done. So a lot of work ahead of me. If I use PayPal for YouTube purchases, YouTube PayPal is great. Custom aquarium, which was more expensive? Oh, hold on. Itchy ear. Custom aquariums, which are more expensive than aquariums, are in between. Yeah, according to you're exactly, the Google machine's correct. And then you can get into all these other companies that make different, like glass cages. You can pick and you choose like that Starfire glass and all. You can get into crazy amount of money with these aquariums. PayPal is the only way I pay online purchases. Also, yeah, it's a great way to keep your bank account online. Oh, thank you, Mom. $10 super sticker from Mom. Very good. That's going to be a great help. That's what, $15? I don't know what that is. Comes out after taxes and all that, but all this is fantastic. That's going to get me there. I think I had about $350 in my PayPal. So a little ways to go, but I got the time before them Oscars are going to go out, and I've got the room. I got silicone removing tools. I just got to get the glass, the silicone, and some acetone. I'm not sure what acetone to use. I did not receive the food yet, so all my fish died. I can't believe it's taking. Let's see, Monday. No, I put it in the mailbox Monday. When I came home after work, it was still in the mailbox, and then the guy picked it up. So it's. I know they picked it up, say 5, 6 o'clock Monday, but still, you're talking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today, Saturday. This is the 5th day. I can't believe it's not there yet. Typing and driving is bad. Okay. Is that South Park song you're referring to a while back, Tim? It's easy, okay. Swiftly uses rubbing alcohol clean. Does it work? Does it get it all off? Well, I thought you had to use like an acetone. That's what I was researching anyway. That's why I use chat feature and it don't work. That's why I use the chat feature and it don't work. What doesn't work? Oh, I see what you're talking about. Speaking of Katie Sickler's new video, the thumbnail shows her at a lake. Okay. Hey, Mad Max, good to see you. I was just talking about you a little bit earlier, being on PTAG's live stream last night, and how you were discussing about, the bigger channels versus the smaller channels, and how they got to watch what they say. We're down here; it's a lot more personable. We're not under the microscope as much, so we can get away with a little bit more. Yeah, I remember that. It's easy, you good. It's salty. That's crazy. Now, I was getting ready. Whip, you said something earlier. I was getting ready to discuss about it, and then I got off onto that 300 gallon. I was getting ready to talk about something. I can't. No, my puppet pups. You know why? Quit asking Swiffle to type and drive. I'm still working on my 120 gallon setups. Yeah, life does get in the way. It holds things up. Hoping to start a leak test. See, I missed all this. Hoping to start the leak test on one of the 120s today as simple as possible. How long do you do leak tests, Tim? Because I'm an impatient dude. I fill them up and I wait for about a day. If I come out the next morning and there's no leaks, we drain it and we clean it and we go ahead and set them up. Okay, yeah, we talked about that one. Man, I can't remember what I was going to say. I was getting ready to get on a subject. All my reseals have held. Okay. What silicone do you use, Swiffle? This is stuck in my head now, Tim, too. Hey, Webbs, good to see you. Can you grow Vallis? Are you talking about Vallisneria, a jungle val? If you're talking about jungle val, I got lots of jungle val, and it grows in gravel and sand just fine for me. You 24-hour or 48. Okay. So, yeah, man, it grows. It's right here. I got jungle val right here, if you can see it, and that's sand. And this stuff grows up to the top and creates a dang roof. Now, of course, it's growing way better in my dirted sandcap tanks because it's getting all that dirted nutrients. But I have jungle val growing in gravel and sand, and it works really well. and I just usually let the fish fertilize my plants. Now I do use Thrive from time to time, and I dose that in all my tanks just to give my plants a little bit of a boost because I'm not into CO2. I don't use CO2. I don't want the extra cost of CO2. You cannot beat a planted tank that's running off CO2, even better than the dirted tanks. Beautiful. But for me, if I really wanted to have fantastic plants growing, and I didn't have any fish that dug and interacted with the substrate a lot, I would be doing a dirted sand cap tank because I'm looking at two of them right here. The plants are absolutely beautiful. They're lush. They're growing crazy up out of the aquarium. And the crazy thing is, I never have any algae issues with them either. All my other aquariums, there I don't use the dirt and it's just growing the plants. They grow, they look fine, but not as good. And I get algae. And I have adjusted light schedules and intensity. And that's the subject I was going to talk about. Whip lights. Palisnera. Yeah, you can grow anything in sand, man, unless it's your Anubias or things like Java fern that you just attach to a rock or driftwood. Anything that roots into the sand, you can grow anything. The plants will, the fish and the will keep them going, and don't clean as much. Let some of that malm, leave that malm sit on the bottom. Let that malm break down and become part of the substrate, become part of the dirt, and that adds nutrients into your substrate, which feeds the plants. Yeah, well, I know 100% silicone, but what brand do you use? Don't let me forget Whip lights. A leak test for a month. I won't. I won't tell him about it. But the 150 high I bought from Jason from Primetime Aquatics started leaking about. Well, I'd be telling him about it, Whip. And that's why you do month week tests. It just takes a while to adjust, but once it established, so yeah, you're right, Mad Max. It does. I love Jungle Bow. It's probably my favorite plant. Uh, I do like Father Fish when we did that live stream and he sent me his plants and his dirt to do his dirted tank. He sent me some plants that I've never had. Some of that is duckweed. I thought I'd hate it. You hear nothing about horror stories from it, but man, what a cool plant. I love how they coat the surface and they got all those little roots coming down. They are cool. And I like them. And of course, I don't know what all these plants are, but I got some pretty plants in here now. They're really nice. And when I shut all these 10 gallons or these smalls, what I'm doing is taking all the sand and all the plants from those aquariums and put them in my two new 55s to help further establish and grow the plants. And they're doing good, real good. The what is it, hornwort? I think it is growing fantastic over there. I have at least 5 people wanting to buy one of the two 120s off me. Let me leak test both them first, and I'll let you know. I always test mine about a month or so. Okay. Benefits of root tabs. Root tabs are not a bad choice to put into your sand under your plant before. You push them down in, you spread them around all across the entirety of the substrate, right? Root tabs are great. They provide fertilization for the plants that last. I don't know. I'm not a fan of root tabs. A lot of people are. I've used root tabs. I don't know how many months you get out of them, but it's months, right? Maybe someone in here knows more about the root tabs, more experience with them. But in my experience, I'm not a fan of root tabs. I like my liquid ferts. Um, they're going to work. They're going to get you there. It's going to provide your plants the nutrients they need to grow. But honestly, in my opinion, depending on the fish you're keeping and the plants you have, I wouldn't even spend the money on root tabs. I wouldn't even spend the money on liquid fertilizers anymore. I would do a dirted Sand cap tank, organic soil you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's. Make sure it's organic. You put about an inch, depending on how big the aquarium is, maybe 2 inch. Cap it with 3 inches of sand. Once them, and it's and you let the mulch break down, and like I was saying, and become part of the dirt, which further keeps the nutrients going in your substrate. And your plants will grow better than any liquid fertilizer, any root tab can ever do for you. But root tabs has its it's pros and cons like anything. But I don't. Again, ask somebody that might know more. I don't think root tabs are any better than a liquid fertilizer, to be honest with you. It's just a way to fertilize our plants when you don't really have a lot of nutrients in your substrate to keep them going. Your healthy plants are eating all the nutrients, therefore the algae has no nutrients to thrive in. Yep, exactly, Swiftful. And I only have that in my dirted tanks. All these other ones, algae. I learned you don't plant nubius. No, no, nubius plants you attach to driftwood or rocks or something. You use the GE silicone. It's cheaper. I think it has a tensile strength of what 200 and some 250, 230 or something like that. There's some stuff online that has a tensile strength of like 509, and it's an aquarium sealant. And I feel like I just want to get the stronger stuff just to have it. Do I need it? No, because that is 200, and that GE silicone, whatever the tensile strength is, it's like 230. It will say roundabout. That's per squared inch. So for every squared inch, you're getting that strength. More than enough. 1 month later, a 5 gallon and now also 10 gallons duckweed. Duckweed is something else. General Electric. So yeah, yep, I know. I have it. I've seen it. I have some here. The red root floaters are nice. My duckweed's growing without ferts. Yeah, and I barely use my liquid fertilizers now because I like to do it naturally. The fish keep it going, but some of these plants I want to actually um I want to give them a boost. I want them to not just survive, I want them to thrive. So that's why I started dosing the liquid fertilizers every once in a while. And then I got the dirted sand cap tanks, and it just freaking puts the freaking liquid fertilizers to shame, man. Like, this tank is beautiful. I'm like you, I test them 2 days at the most. Yeah, I hate waiting. And maybe, and knock on wood, maybe I got lucky. I've only tested a tank overnight. All these ones I've got from the Facebook market site. So, okay, it's good. And I fill them up, and they've been good since. Aquarium Co-op fertilizer, I swear by it. I never use. So you're talking about Easy Green? So what I learned, and I learned this from what is his name? Why is his name escaping me? Uh God, the guy that on here that everybody knows and sells plants and stuff, has a store. Uh Recently came down with um colon cancer. What's his name? What is his name? Anyway, he's the one that told me about Thrive. Thrive. So Aquarium Co-op's Easy Green is Thrive. Thrive is the original maker. Corey just changed the recipe a little bit and put his label on it. Keith, yes, KJE, Keith. He's the one that told me about this. I can't remember his name. He said that Thrive is all Aquarium Co-op's Easy Green is Thrive. Thrive's the original maker. He just changed the recipe a little bit and put his label on it. So Thrive is Easy Green, but Thrive is a little bit more concentrated. And I actually tested that myself, and he was right. I've used them both, and my plants do better on Thrive than the Easy Green. And I think you can get Thrive a little bit cheaper. So you might want to check that out, Swiffle. It worked good for me. I'm looking at the bottle right now. Same thing, pump bottle, 1 pump per 10 gallons. I only use root tabs when I'm starting the aquarium. The Nubius and ferns have rhizomes that attach while other plants have crowns require submerged substrate. Exactly. Well said, Tim. Hey, 240, good to see you, buddy. Would you? Yes, I would love to keep clown loaches webs. I actually thought about getting some for my 300 when I get that fixed. The problem is, even though they are slow growers, they are very slow to grow. Clown loaches can get up to 2 feet long, and they're only really happy in groups of 5 to 6. Could you imagine the size of aquarium you would need to have 5 to 6 full-grown clown loaches in them? You need you need like a 5,000+ gallon aquarium, if not bigger. Shamu, I discussed that at the beginning of a little bit ago. Um, I'll touch on that again here shortly, but I'll be right back, guys. I gotta take a pee. I'll be right back. Ugh. Sorry about that, fish peeps. Second cup of coffee. Had to drain the main vein. Um, so bear with me a minute. 240. Hey, Gabriel, good to see you, buddy. No South of just a lot of guppy poop. Yep, poop will do it. Yeah, that's fine. I still need the stop sign. The stop sign still helps me pick back up where I left off, Tim. I just can't. As I said, I got to start saving my money to fix this 300, or it's never going to happen if I keep doing giveaways and gift cards and things like that. So I got to hold off on that stuff until I get my tank fixed, because now I got 3 Oscars growing out into 55, and we all know how fast they grow. It's going to be 4, 5, 6 months later. I don't have this thing fixed. They're going to be busting the seams of that thing. Yeah, beat me on that one. I was multitasking. Seachem here. Yeah, Seachem is one of my favorite brands. I use their Prime and Stability. And I love their Stress Guard. And Boyd Vitachem is my second favorite. I love Vitachem. Very good multivitamins for fish. Mel, you're late. Hey, Mel, good to see you. Yeah, so just bear with me on the Ninja Games. I got to fix my 300. I got to get on this subject first, 240, because before I forget about it, lights. Aquarium lights. Fish capades. Whoops. Aquarium lights. Timers. Built-in timers, programmable lights. I've got them all. I've used them all. I've got Marineland, Aqueon, Fluval, Aquasky, Nicrew. Never had a Hydrolite. And I got those ones that you get from the PetSmart that come with tanks, the cheap ones. Used them all. By far, my favorite light to use is the Fluval Aquaskies. I love the app. If the power goes out with a Fluval Aquasky, all you have to do is bring up your device, open up the app, it syncs to it, it takes back off, you're done. The Night Crew lights are irritating the living crap out of me. For some reason, we've lost power more in the last 7 years lately than I ever have. Some lights are more of a pain in the ass to reprogram. These Night Crew lights, great light, but what a pain to reprogram, and I'm sick of it. Like, I got to the point where I'm just turning them on and off manually now. I'm so tired of reprogramming those lights. The Marineland light, it's easier to do, but you're pressing a button, wait until it blinks, adjusting, then the blue light if you want the blue light on. By the way, I don't turn the blue LED lights on any of my lights anymore. They are algae making machines. So all my aquariums, I turn off the blue lights altogether. I don't use them anymore. They will create algae badly. So got rid of the blue lights on all my setups. Aqueon, I don't mind. It's a simple on and off. I bought those Lowe's timers, and that timer runs those lights on off. Very simple. My point is, going on, I got all these lights on timers. The power goes out, they're all effed up. The first thing I do is I grab my iPad and I get on the Fluval app. Boom, all three Fluval Aquasky lights are good to go. Very simple. Then I go to the next easiest one, which is the Marineland, or I have to adjust my timers that I plug the Aqueons into. It's like, I've got 16 aquariums. Only 2 of them are not running right now. It gets a little daunting when the power goes out to redo these freaking lights. So here's what I'm going to do. And this is where I need your input. I got the chain for free. I'm going to put a hook in the ceiling. I'm going to dangle a chain down. 3 lights for each 125, 2 lights for each 55 and 75. And for the 300, I'll probably put 4 across there. I'm shutting down the 10 gallons, so I don't have to worry about them. Let me grab one of these lights. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Go to Lowe's or Home Depot. I go to Lowe's. It's closer to me. You'll find these with the clip. You can clip these on the back of your aquarium, which is really nice. This is silver. I paint them black when I get them. And I install LED bulbs in them. What I want to do is I want to get more of these. I have a bunch of these already. And I want to hang them from the chains. I think the chain will look real nice in my fish room because I'm getting into a lot more cinder block stands lately, and it's going to kind of look like a industrial like theme in here, especially when you hang chains from the ceiling to hold your lights, right? And I figure I'll dangle these above each aquarium, and then they come with a plug, and I'm going to plug them into a timer. And then all my aquariums will be lit by these. The light is off the aquarium. I don't have the lights sitting on the aquarium anymore, just above it, right? Going down the line. And that's what I'm thinking about doing. I even thought about hardwiring these to a switch so I can come in and just switch them on and switch them off. But the problem with that is it's nice. Sometimes you're out late or you don't get a chance to come home to turn the lights on or off. Timers, I still want timers involved so it does it itself. I'm not going around turning these lights on anymore. It's doing it itself. It's all the same kind of light. all the same for all of them, and you're done. I could then sell all of my actual aquarium lights, take that money and put it towards fixing the 300 gallon. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. These lights are really cheap, like super cheap to buy. Light chat. No coffee. It sucks. You're saying you're out of coffee? Higer 955 or Higer 957 is my favorite budget below the Fluval 3.0. Okay. I've never had a Higer light. They've been all the things they've sent me. I haven't received a light yet, and I really don't want one. I like this what they're sending me now. Got to do something with different with my lighting situation. The Higer 957 is a painted program. Once you get the hang of it, right? And I think that's Fishcapades makes a good point. Once you do get used to these lights, it's not as hard to go and reprogram them and fix them, and after a power outage or whatever. But it's I can't remember. I got so many different lights. It's hard for me to keep track how each one works. I keep all the manuals so I can revert back, but it's like, man, Nycrew really, they could have done a better job making programming easier. Like, you have to press this and then hit P1 and go through these and set these lights, and then P2 and then P3 and then P4, and then you hit down to save, and then you're good to go. But when the power goes out with the Nycrew lights, what happens is it will keep, what is it? It'll keep the programming that you set, but you have to reset the clock. It loses its memory with the clock. Okay, so when you reset the clock, I'm still finding that how I program the lights and the ramp up time and the ramp is gone. So I have to redo it all every time. And this is like 3 or 4 times in the last month. I'm sick of it. I got Nycrews with 120. They turn on. Yeah. I love my automatic on and off. I love gradually. I love the lights that gradually turn on and off, because since these been doing that and I've been coming in and manually turning on, it spooks the fish every time. I like lights that gradually turn on and off for sure. You're not going to get that with this setup I'm talking about, obviously, but I'm looking for efficient, easy, less hassle. The more you can make your fish, you run your fish room. Don't let your fish room run you. You're going to be happier. So Alexa plugs for non-built-in timers. I don't have an Alexa. I have a Google. I got the Google thing. $9 lights. I think, well, I'll tell you what, Laura, at the time when I was getting these were like $5, $6. Now you don't get this, but you get everything else. Yeah, that's what we have. We got Google Home. All my lights are on external timers, no apps, no worries when it comes to power. Exactly, Whip. That's what I want to get to. I got too many different lights. I got too much crap going on. I want to get down to the same lighting for every tank. Tim throwing in that spare stop sign. My fish break out when I turn the blue light on. Really? Break out? What do you mean break out? Like, I didn't know fish could do that. Freak out. Oh, okay. Yeah, same here, man. But it's not as bad when you have these automatic, just slowly come on and simulate that sunrise and sunset. It's awesome. I love these lights, excluding the Nycrew. I enjoy the Higer full spectrum from dusk to dawn features. Yeah, okay. I don't have experience with those ones. I'm using the cheap PetSmart LEDs. 2 of the 3-foot ones I carried from my 135 to 6 years old, new 20 inch. Or 240. You talking about the Aqueon LED light strips? Because if you are, I'll tell you what, Aqueon. I like a lot of Aqueon stuff. I like their lights. Their quiet whisper filters are amazing. If I was to get another hang on the back filter, I would go with Aqueon's Quiet Flow series hang on the back filters. They run forever. They're tanks. They got them those baffled holes for good bacteria to build up on in them. The pump is in the water, so there's no priming them. They start up every time. I'm a big fan of Aqueon's hang on the back filters, and I love their lights. It's on off, you're done. Mine are touch. You can touch the whites or the blues on off. Put those to a timer, you're done. I use a power strip with built-in time runs, 8 plugs. Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that 4Gems fish. I thought about looking into those. Just putting up long power strips that have more plugs and got timers. I just look into those, and then you could just plug in like these lights I showed you here. I have lights all over the place. The cheap shop lights work great. Here's Branton's. You like me, you got 62 different brands, and Jim's fish panel using Lex power strips once I start my fish room. Okay. $8 a pop. Very good. I'm starting. Yeah, you're starting plans for a fish room. Very cool, Tim. We'll be excited to see that progress. I'll be watching. Allison says, good to see you, Allison. Old school fluorescent strips on all but 2 tanks. Get them almost for free at club auctions. Nice. The only thing I don't like, I've never liked about fluorescent strips, because I've had those fluorescent bulbs, as I've had those too, is either the ballast goes or the light goes, and they start that flicker crap, or they don't want to turn on. I'll take a fluorescent fixture and put an LED replacement bulb in it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got those lights too. I got 3 of those lights, 2 shorts and 1 4-footer, 48-incher. I like them. I have yet to see one fail. Where it says for my racks, I have a strip shop lights, but for individual terrariums, I need to find a great small light that won't add a huge lot of. Well, try these, Laura. Get them at Lowe's. Like I say, these are silver when you get them. I paint them black. I just take this apart and paint them black inside and out, and then I can go pick what kind of LED bulb I like to put in them. And that's another thing. It's customizable. They make all kinds of different of these LED bulbs you can get. This is a 600 lumen, but you figure if you have 3 of these going across to 125, each bulb does 600 lumens. And you can either clip it right on the back trim, and I do that. I got that going on my 55 right now. They don't go anywhere. Holds on there. They're adjustable. Or you could rig up a way to hang them off of a chain so they're not even touching the aquarium lid. And at the time, like I said, these were like $5 or $6, and then whatever for the bulb. And you get different options with that, with clipping or hanging. I didn't swap out my lights, though. I did a video a couple weeks ago that goes over all the different brands I use. None of them are the None of them are the multi-stage lights you're talking about, though. Okay. You have to bear with me. I'm driving. That's okay, Swiffle. I would prefer you would just get to where you're going and then jump on, buddy. It ain't worth it. Usually the starters crap out. Yeah, you're talking about the ballast or the drivers. There, Raisin. Hey Jesse, fish. Fam, been missing the live streams past couple of weeks. Finally made it. Appreciate you, Raisin. I was talking about you earlier about the funny comment you left on that video I put out about my bird, where it come up and bit your titty and made it bleed. That was funny, man. It has to be pretty and kind of fit into the lid. Oh, that's right. Your girl. It has to be pretty. It has to be pretty. Oh, you could paint it pink. Don't have to do black, right? Or like a pretty green color. Well, this is I know. Like okay, I see what you're saying. You need a puck light. But you could set that right on the aquarium lid too if you wanted, because you could take this off. There's a wing nut right here. You unscrew that, and you can take this whole clip and metal part off if you want, and just have the fixture. And this is small. This is like 4.5 inches, 4 inches around. One new struggle I've been having with my 240 is getting plugs to reach the outlets. Yeah. Oh, speaking of lights, let me show you something else. So we all know the hooded lights we get that come with aquariums, right? Like these bad boys, right? You flip them to the underside, has the built-in LED lights with the cord and the rocker switch, right? We all know these. Like the idea, but hate the function of them. I don't like those. What you could do, Shamu, is if you can get a hold of some of these that the light in it and it has the cord and the switch, you could take the cord and cut it off, strip it back, solder and shrink tube the wires together. And you could use that to elongate your wire on the light you want and have an on-off switch if you want it, or you can cut the on-off switch out and just wire it in. Boom, you got a longer wire. I hate those lights. I had them on my 55 that I got with I'm growing the Oscars out in. They're always way too bright. Way too bright, these LEDs. It caused hellacious algae in that tank that I'm now just getting rid of, because I put 2 of those spotlights on I showed you instead. And when I'm doing tank maintenance, I got to suck the algae out. I hate those hood lights. It wasn't funny at the time, but I can laugh now. No, and I guess I'll go back to that because Shamu 240 was asking. Not a reptile channel. I don't keep reptiles. Be a whole lot cooler, sure. No, what I was discussing at the beginning of the live stream was the changes coming to the channel is I'm not going to go into the depths. If you want to go back and see the more in-depth conversation about it, you can look back if you want to. But for the quick recap, it takes too much time and effort to make a good videos that's going to go somewhere. We're in a niche that hundreds of people were doing. We're all doing the same thing. There's nothing that I can put out that's going to show you anything new or teach you anything new unless I come out with something that adds value to the hobby, like those DIY plant holders I did, or how to cut the aquarium test strips in half easier using a rotary cutlery tool. Videos like that. If I find DIY things that are cheap and attainable to everybody, I'll make a video on that. Other than that, the only other videos I'm going to start making is when I get sent something from a sponsor like Higer, or somebody sends me something, I'll do a video on it. But instead, I'm going to go back to doing 2 live streams a week, because that drives the watch time hours anyways, more than the videos do. And so I'm just kind of gearing it back a little bit, getting back to my roots, getting back to the hobby. Going to spend less time making videos and chasing the algorithm. Spend more time talking with you guys, doing a couple more. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. I'll do a live stream, and every Saturday 9 a.m. Eastern on this stream here I'll do that. So going to pick up an extra live stream a week. I was doing that prior. It's hard to make sometimes during the week with work, but I'm going to do 2 live streams a week. I'll do a video when I can add something of value that's something new. And instead of just putting out a video and trying to worry about pleasing the algorithm and trying to just feel obligated to put a video out, we're not going to do that anymore. I'm going to be stepping it back on that and do some shorts every once in a while. I do want to get into doing some more tank maintenance live streams, which I'm overdue for doing my maintenance. I got water levels low, so I started thinking about maybe throwing an extra live stream in to do that. Now that I got this headset, it's much easier to talk to you guys. I need to get another Roku box for the TV I put in here so I can just look up there and see chat. That's going to make that easier. That was one of the ideas too. But yeah, just gearing it down, man. I'm not going to. I do want to maintain my monetization. If I can maintain at least 3,000 watch hours a year, which I should be able to do with the videos and the even the less videos, but more live streaming, things like that, I'm good. When I started this channel 2 years ago, I'm where I want it to be. I'm happy. I have no complaints. But as far as having a big channel and taking off, it's never going to happen. I'm the wrong gender. I don't do the things that really entertain people, such as drama, half-naked women, you name it. You know, anybody that's on YouTube understands this. So I'm just going to dial it down and do that, like I said. So those are the changes. Also, I'm shutting down some tanks. I'm trying to shut down all the little tanks and just go 55 and up, all bigger tanks. I like to keep the bigger fish. So making the fish room more efficient, adding different lighting, getting rid of some of these pain in the butt lights and things like that. So several changes, but when you roll it all together, it's really going to make things a lot easier for me efficiently. And so I'm just not going to make a video about a filter that's been done a million times. It doesn't go anywhere. What's the point? Now, if I find a filter that's like I've never seen before and I feel like it's something rare, yeah, I'll make a video about it. But or something cool happens or something I can really add value to, then we'll do it. But just to make a video, that's not happening anymore. Isn't Aquatic Moose Brandon's wife? Is that right? Am I right on that? I don't mind the hooded lights, but I don't keep the lights on for long and they're downstairs with minimal lighting. Okay. I hate the hooded lights. And then, like, if you have to work in your tank, you have to have like a prop rod to freaking hold them up. Or because if you take it away, there's your lighting. You know, you can't see in the tank. I just hate the hoods. I do enjoy having weaker lights on my tanks. Algae doesn't grow nearly as fast with 240, and it does. Yeah, exactly. I like the lower lights. As long as it's enough to grow some plants and keep the algae down and really plant, you know, fish don't. The lights are for us. At the end of the day, the lights are for us, not the fish. Fish would feel more happy without lights. They feel safer. So a lower light is better for them too. They've done some studies where, like, if there's too bright of lights on a tank, certain fish drives them nuts, like betas and certain cichlids. They can't stand bright lights for many hours a day. Shutting down a hallway, shouting down a hallway. Shouting, exactly. You're exactly right. Yep, or throwing a hot dog down a hallway. He keeps his lights on the brightest setting. I'm surprised fish aren't blind. Yeah. So it's really bright. Shamu. Just clean my canister filter. The SOB is heavy. Yeah, what you got? FX? PTAG gas. I'm gonna have to bounce soon. I gotta start getting ready to go visit one of the local prisons. SeaWorld. Yeah, you've been on that. I hear you, Shamu. I hear you, buddy. Yeah, I watched some documents about that. They treated those whales terribly. Send me. I mean, hey, well, until I get everything sorted out, I may have to do that. But I also would like to sell them if I can because I want to take that money and put towards fixing my 300. No, it's the Sun version. Okay. Saying breaking down tanks and condensing feels good. Yeah. Yeah. MTS, right? If I see an empty aquarium, I have to fill it, right? We know what that's about. But at this point, these two 20-gallon longs, I'm going to keep them. I love the 20-gallon long footprint, and they're beautiful. That one is the dirted sandcap tank. The plants are doing amazing. I got 7 ember tetras in there, a guppy and a longfin danio. Beautiful tank. Love the way it looks. No algae issues. Plants just growing up out. Same with the 10-gallon father fish tank. Beautiful setup. But I'll probably shut that one down and add it to another one. Let's get rid of all the small tanks. I'll have the 220 gallons and 29 for smaller because I do like some of the smaller fish. Love my neon tetras. I love all the small fish too, so I like to have them as well. But there's no sense in running. I like my bigger tanks. Aquatic nests. That's right. I was confused by that. Sorry. Thank you. Shop lights for me grow a lot more algae. The difference between my Hygger plant lights and the shop lights are staggering. Okay. Because I thought about shop lights too, Whip. I thought about it. Maybe if you can get the ones that are dimmable. That's funny. You're going to bigger tanks, I'm going to smaller tanks. I just like my big fish, my bigger fish, man. You know, like 6 inches and up. All right, Pete, tag, see you, buddy. Appreciate you just swinging in here. Not good, not good, buddy, not good. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. My red tail shark. He's gone. I put a Seashay Nano powerhead in that aquarium because I was getting a lot of stuff sitting at the bottom. I wanted to stir it up so the filters take it out. Was in there for 3 to 4 days. Came out, couldn't find the red tail shark. That red tail shark was about, I don't know, 1.5 inches long. Somehow got itself into that little nano. Look at this power head up. Seashay Nano power head. Look it up. See how small it is. He got in there and it killed him. I was so mad about that. I mainly breed fish for holding them to breed outside. I don't too much about the tanks looking great. Only tank from my breeding would be my Southwest tank. Wait, this is Murray eel. Yeah, so you're in it for breeding fish, not so much you caring about how the tank looks. Aquatic Boost says, does anyone else feel a sense of underlying dread waiting for one of the many tanks to pour water live? That's something I think we all think about. I certainly do at times, which is another good reason to have some spare larger tanks around in case something happens. You can take them out. You can put them in another aquarium or a tote. There's always the tote, but we don't even have totes, so it's always good to have something kind of spare container for those purposes. Because you never know what can happen. But yeah, I do think about that. That's why when I'm setting my aquariums up and make sure they're level, and you inspect them and you do the leak tests and things. But you know, at the end of the day, crap can happen. But you know, it's something. Don't let it fret you. Just keep a spare tank around. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's no sense in stressing about it. And this goes for anything. If something is going to happen, it's going to happen. There's no sense in worrying about it. It's like death. People being afraid of death. You may as well not be afraid of death. It's going to happen, and spend that time enjoying the life that you have while you're here. Spend that time enjoying the tank while it's up, because if something happens, it's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Just be prepared for it. Have a spare tote. Have a spare aquarium set up. Have a filter that's been running on an aquarium that's already established. So if you have to set an aquarium up, you can put that filter on it. It's going to instantly cycle it. You fill it with water, put the filter on there, move your fish, fix your tank. Don't worry about it. Don't spend time worrying about it. Spend time being prepared for it. That's true. Plants do. Now, I will say this: if you already have algae in your aquarium, your algae will outcompete your plants for nutrients. Oh, okay. I think that means away from keyboard. I learned it from my daughter, AFK. I'll be down for breakfast, Tim. That sounds delicious. My brand new 40 beef from Pleco blew a seal after 4 months. I didn't see it coming at all. Luckily, floors were concrete, but still intense. Oh yeah, that would suck. I hear you on that. Always good to be prepared. I have trust issues. I can understand it, but I wouldn't spend your time worrying about it. Just spend your time being prepared for it. Those sharks are hard to deal with them. They're under 2.5 inches. I was impatient and got one that was already 5 inches. Oh boy. He was fine, man. He was cool, and I'd like to get another one, but my God, I don't even know how he got inside that little power head. SW equals saltwater. Yes, sir. Why'd you say that, Allison? Good point. My fish were saved by plopping them in a 20-gallon long. I did not check level either. Totes are a good point. They can't lead. Yeah, and lids. But me myself, you can get a 55-gallon aquarium. They're like cookie cutters, man. They're everywhere. Everybody has them. Everybody's selling them. You can get them cheap or free. You could get yourself a couple 55-gallon aquariums just sitting there on standby in case you need one just for that purpose. And then you'll have peace of mind, especially if maybe you have a spare hang in the back that you could be running on a different aquarium just to get it established. So in that case, you can fill that 55 up, plop the filter on there. You're good to go. Yeah, I had 5 too. I'm actually running them now again. No, I appreciate you. If you start thinking about replacing the red tail, look into the rainbow shark. They are nearly the same fish and less aggressive. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I thought in my research, I thought the red tail shark was also called the rainbow shark. Well, we have the expert in here, Shamu. If you Google anything about red tail sharks, the first thing that come up was one of Shamu's videos on Google. Oh, I got you. Saltwater. Okay, I got you, Allison. Appreciate you correcting me on that. Anytime I've got one that was 1 to 1.5 inches, they'd either die or disappear. Friends had a 1-inch red tail shark die him after a few days, so I bought him a 2.5-inch rainbow shark, doing good. Okay. Mine was doing good. He just got into that dang power head and chewed him up. They're like little loaches. They do. They are like little loaches. I've noticed that. And they act like loaches too. They get on the back glass there and they got that mouth that's facing downwards. It's something, and I got it for my sister, really. And I even named it my sister Tara because she's been telling me to get one for years. And I feel I got one, and then the dang thing gets chewed up. I kept variegated sharks for a few years, pretty aggressive. Ooh. If anybody wants anything crocheted, Gabriel likes to crochet some things. Get in touch with him on the Discord. We need to get some more action going in my Discord. It's been kind of dead, which I get it. I don't want no pressure over there. If people want to post when they want to post, that's fine. But I got to get that a little bit more active over there. But yeah, Gabriel crochets. So he crocheted the pleco for me here. Can't reach it because it's blocked. We got the black, we got the green, we got the brown. Salient. But I pulled my. It sucks to get old. Where do you guys get to be my age? Oh, like Raisin and Whip and all them. They're young bucks. I pulled a neck muscle reaching for that. But you guys are all young bucks. Red tail sharks only have a red tail. Rainbow sharks have red tails plus red pectoral and dorsal fins. Okay. All right, y'all. Got to start getting ready for sea prisons. See y'all next weekend if I'm willing to wake up at 6 a.m. All right, buddy. I appreciate you. 240. Be safe. And have fun out there. You're a kid. You're like, Allison's like 30. And don't let him fool you. He's like 30. He's master breeder 8 times over. Been keeping fish since the 50s and 60s. He's lying. He's 30. I'll be 86 next year. No, yeah. Are you serious? Brandon, are you serious? Juanita, she's I think 90, approaching 90. I am 42. I will be 43 in March. I thought you were messing around, man. I knew you. Well, you never know. I mean, look at other fish. Juanita's in here. She's like, she hurt herself recently, but she's like approaching 90, I believe. Cecil, I don't know if Cecil and Raisin's still in here. They're young bucks too. They're like 24. Oh, here he is. Gabriel does a pretty good job on them crocheting. I got one of them. It's perfect. Yeah, and he did, if you guys watch Dan over at Everyday Fish Keeping, he did that logo he has on that tank, that circle logo on there. I knew better. I've caught more than a few lives. You can't pull the old whip. I do that. I did that to Father Fish one time on his live stream. Mr. Father Fish. So yeah, we talked about the lighting. We talked about condensing tank. We talked about some channel changes. We talked about the 300. Certainly appreciate the super chats from my mom and Tim. Super helpful. Can't thank you enough. Tim's cooking breakfast. He's probably going to mail me some. The other thing, that's it. 66. Young buck. Where do you get to be my age? Pull muscles, just reaching for stuff. Oh. Fish, feeding fish. How often do you guys feed your fish? I'm trying to get a general consensus on that, an average. How often do you feed your fish? Once I know that, we'll move on. While we're waiting, I do want to play this for anybody who didn't see it. I want to play my member shout out video real quick. When we come back, I want to know how often you guys feed your fish. And there it is again. A special thank you to the members. Appreciate you. All right. Branton feeds 2 times a day. Gabriel every other day. Of course, Fry more often. I understand that. Once a day and skips Sundays. The food never stops. So they're growing them out. I get that. Way more than I should. I feed my fish every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Sunday. So you do every 2 days, pretty much. Once a day, sometimes every other day. Okay. Fry 2 times a day. Hey, Jim, good to see you, buddy. Popping in. I feed my fish once a day in the morning, but I feed my fry 3 times a day. Jim feeds his fish Monday, Wednesday, Friday, same. Okay. So far out of all these, I only see 2 people that does do it how like I do. And I just feed every couple days. In doing so, I have found I have had less problem with excess nutrients, algae, phosphates, bloat issues. You've like these tiger barbs. You got to be careful how much you feed them. Betas, goldfish, very susceptible to bloat. And Mbunas, Malawi bloat, right? I have noticed since I went to feeding every other day, not only do you save money on food, I have less problems with the aquarium and the fish. It gives the fish time to digest the food, clear their digestive systems out. Um, let's face it, in the wild, it's not like they're going to be hand fed food every day. Some days they go a couple days, weeks without eating, right? And they're fine. So I find every 2 days works best for me. And I was curious what everybody else did. I suppose feeding depends on a lot what you're trying to achieve with said fish. Like if you're trying to get them to breed, right? Breed, maybe grow, color. Uh, for me, I just keep my fish to keep them. I like keeping the fish. I'm really not necessarily trying to breed. If it happens, it happens, which it has. Feeding quality food will prevent a lot of that nutrient bloat. Yep. And that is one reason why I went to Extreme and Northfin. Now I'm solely Northfin, not just because they sponsor the channel and I get the food for free. What's really nice about Northfin food is they got a lot more high quality ingredients. They use the highest marine grade proteins you can put in a food. So that's really good protein. So you don't have that problems with the more subpar proteins that cause the bloating. Where Northfin's proteins don't cause bloating because it's high grade marine proteins that's digested quickly and used more than wasted. So yeah. But I guess still got a mix of food. I still got lots, extreme, but mostly Northman foods, and they get a variety. I like to give my fish a variety. But I don't have any. But I do have a female beta that's currently bloated again, and I've been giving her 30-minute Epsom salt baths. I need to step it up daily. I keep forgetting to do it, but she's still bloated. I got to pull her out today and give her an Epsom salt bath. I have found Epsom salt baths help bloat more than any food, any medication ever did. I have fixed bloat with betas, tiger barbs, tetras, you name it, with Epsom salt baths. If we had an 8-day week, I'd go every other day, 7 days a week. Would throw off the day, so I double up on. So yeah, I when you said that, Whip, I know exactly why you doubled up to keep them consistent, right? Bunny, it's good to see you. I was just thinking about you. I was in here painting my cinder blocks black, and I was just thinking about you and wondering how you were doing and how you doing. It's good to see you. I was just thinking about you. Well, I was going to leave them in there, Bunny. Red tail sharks, they really don't get all that big. I think 6 inches at most. think that's the biggest they get. And they can be aggressive, but I put them in a tank with equally aggressive fish. I have 3 convicts in there to help keep them in place. Of course, that one convict in there is the bully, and he's an aggressive fish. So it's just kind of like the same lines when I had a real aggressive pleco. I put him in a tank with another aggressive fish, and the result is a good balance. Allison uses Northfin, Dr. Bastard, corn, dry, non-flake foods, occasional vibrant bites. Okay. Northfin, I've never tried Dr. Bastard, hearing very good things, but I guess he doesn't like to put his ingredients, which is throwing people off. Recently, I was able to hook. Do you guys know Steenfot Aquatics? Anybody in here know Steenfot? He's a bigger channel. He's affiliated with Aquarium Co-op. Uh, I got him hooked up with a load of Northfin foods. So I'm waiting for him to get back to me and let me know what he thinks because he's never used Northfin foods. And I'm hoping he tries that out and gets back to me. Robert, good to see you, buddy. I just twice now I've played a member shout out video. Let me know if you caught it. I created a member shout out video and I want to know if you saw it. If not, you can go back and look, or I can play it again real quick. I just don't want to annoy people. Bob and Chelsea are, yes, Bob and Chelsea. Bob Steenfot. Red tail cat, maybe, yeah. The red tail sharks only get like 6 inches at most. Jose, is in any advice on crossbreeding guppies and creating? Not for me, sir, or Jay's fish. Not for me. But you do have a master breeder in here that can help you with that right now. And you're going to want to look at Allison AS up there. Could probably very easily answer that question for you, Jay. And there's some other breeders in here. Swiftwell, he's a breeder, and I think Brant knows a little something about breeding. Rainbow red-tailed sharks get 7 to 8 inches once they hit their max. I had with a South American, Central American cichlids, and he bullied everyone, including the mangoes. Really, wow. I feel like I have a Jack Dempsey that would put him in his place. Whip. He's the whole reason why I got that one, to put that Pleco in his place. I think Northern became available in the U.S. in the mid-20 teens. Okay. Maybe Allison, can you help Jay here with this question? I have to go to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. I'm going to fill up in another cup of coffee, and we're going to continue, so don't go anywhere. Allison, can you help Jay with this question? That'd be great. Like a 6, 7, 8 time over master breeder right here, Jay. Oh, yeah. Cecil breeds bristlenose. Damn, Whip says no damage to anyone. They can't really hurt the big fish. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I know it's doable. My pair. So anybody know about angelfish? I've raised some angelfish with the help of Swiffle. Says my pair lays the eggs, but one time I let the parents hatch them, but no luck. The second time I tried it, official. I heard that it takes a few tries for the parents to get down that they're not supposed to eat their own fish, eat their own babies. I did raise. I got 6 of them still growing out over there. Out of the 6 left, out of all of them that hatched, doing well. Crossbreeding guppies requires a lot of time and tanks that own the buys creating guppy strains unless you really know what you're doing. My trouts have maybe 15 young on average when they drop. Shh, he's back. He's back. Keep it down. Keep it down. I just saw you comment on my bird video, Whip. I had a bird bite me once. I'm back too, Tim. I just got back, buddy. Yeah, I'm not a big. I don't know. I don't pretend to know when it comes to breeding fish. Now, I will say I'm an expert. There is nobody better than me, right? There's nobody better than me that breeding a certain fish. That if you want any advice, I can help you inside and out with. I breed hundreds of them weekly, and that is the Mbuna cichlid. Very hard, but I'm a master at breeding Mbuna cichlids. It's something I do very easily, by the way. Yeah. And Gabriel is also back. Yes, I am a master Mbuna cichlid breeder. It's just amazing. It just happens automatically. I turn around and there's 100 more. Yes, sir. I just must have that magic touch. Robert Steiger, are you still in here? I'll tell you what I'd like to breed. Tiger barbs. I'd like to get some more of these. I got to find some females. Anybody have any female tiger barbs they want to send me so I can breed with my boys here? Robert, I'm going to play that video for you real quick, unless you've already seen it and look back and let me know. I got my dream tank myself, Jay Fish. I got a 300-gallon. I just got to fix it. I got to replace the black glass on it. So for me, I've got my dream tank. I just got to get her going again. Minosky, good to see you, buddy. We want some of Jesse and Buna. I got lots of them. And once the 300 is running, the Oscars, the big Oscars and the 125 are going to go in there, along with my big Pleco. I'm going to move all the Mbunas out of the 75 into that 125. And when that 75 gallons open, I'm going to be putting those angelfish in there that I'm growing out. What's the stocking for the 300? More Oscars. I love my Oscars. They're going to be 2 big ones in there, a big 12-inch Pleco. Well, I'm currently growing out 3 more Oscars that I got on a ridiculous deal. I had to get them. I couldn't wait because my PetSmart was doing a 75% off all fish remodeling sale. I got 3 Oscars. They were like $2 a piece. Well, I got 4 of them, but the albino did end up dying. I was talking to June about that on my last live stream last Saturday. She said the albinos tend to be a little bit more weak, but he did pass. Tried to save him, didn't work. But I still got my 3 other ones, and they're going to go. I'm going to grow them out. They're going to go in there, and some other ones. I want to get a different fish. Probably going to get some Severums from Jim. I want to get some cool Severums. Okay, you haven't seen it yet? I'm going to play that for you. What's this here? What is that, Tim? Black gas. Yep, I got to play. I got black gas. I got to replace it. It's broken. Check out this link. Let's do it. We're going to bust the iPad out and look at this. Albinos are weak, yeah. I got one big one that's doing good. Yeah. I need a red spotted Severn. I'm serious kind of way. Well, check out Jim. He's growing his out, man. He's got tons of them. Happy place. Check out Jim. He's growing his out, man. He's got tons of them. Very honored for it's something I do very easily, by the way. Yeah. But I'm a master at breeding and moving segments. It's something I do very easily, by the way. Yeah. Damn it, Tim. You're the master. I threw in my Trump, by the way, in there too. By the way. Clip. I don't know how you guys do that. I've never done that. I don't know how to do clips. We can hear you. I always have a lot of fun. So this is what I'm talking about. I enjoy my live streams, hanging out with you guys and having fun more than anything. It's just fun. It's just turned into my favorite thing. Yeah, you did. This is fun. It's a lot more personable. I have a good time. It's just the live streams are by far the most enjoyable thing. So I'm going to start back up with Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern live streams. I can catch a different crowd at that time as well during the week at a different time, and then continue my normal Salient Hour of Power, 9 a.m. live streams. And we're going to reduce the videos and do some more live stream and have some more fun. I am going to throw in some more tank maintenance streams. Like I said earlier, I got to do that. All of my tanks are getting low on water. It's been over a month. It's time to get some cleaning and water changes done. Last weekend, I did go ahead and maintenance all my hang in the back filters. That's complete. They're cleaned out, flowing well again, which is one thing I don't like about hang in the back filters. They need more maintenance. They clog faster. Even if you use pre-filters, the pre-filter clogs, you got to take that off and clean that. My canister filters are my favorite. I love them the most. I haven't cleaned them. It's got to been. It varies, but I'm looking. I got it written down when I cleaned them last. All my FX series canister filters, I'm going back to April. Yeah, so right around 7 months, right around the 7 month mark is when I like to go and clean all my canister filters, and I don't even need to do it then. And they do great. What's a good breeder that you would start? Breeding project? Man, I just don't breed fish, and I wouldn't even know where to start. Well, there's two fish I can tell you I'd like to try to breed, and that would be Oscars and these tiger barbs. But I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I know about you don't use breeding mops for tiger barbs because tiger barbs, from what I understand, are scatterers. They don't just like they don't have sticky eggs. They don't. I think Allison taught me this. They don't stick their eggs like an angelfish laid their eggs vertically on flat surfaces, Amazon swords, glass, slate, whatever. They just drop them. So a breeding mop you wouldn't want to use for a fish like that. I need some female tiger barbs, and I am terrible at sexing fish. I have no idea. I have researched, I have read, I have talked to you guys. I go to the fish, I look to see the differences, and I don't see it. They say males are more colorful than females, but I find they're both colorful. Dummy eggs, they both have dummy eggs. The crown. Now, I do have some angelfish that have a more protruding crown than the others, but I have a hard time telling the difference between male and female. I cannot do it. I cannot sex fish. If I could figure out who the female are in that Abuna tank, I would take them out of there and put them in a different tank because it's ridiculous. Because I'm a master at breeding Abunas. Egg scatterer. Hey, Webbs, good to see you back. What a change. How many tanks do you have, Webbs? Yeah, that's what my girlfriend is for. I asked her to gender the fish for me. I'm terrible at it. So, but I don't know too many people that keep tiger barbs. I've been trying to talk Ben Ochart into keeping tiger barbs for a couple of years now. I think he's scared, and he has his live stream Saturdays at noon. If you go over to Ben Ochart, please let him know I called him a sissy. He keeps all these big cichlids, big bad cichlids, and he's scared of tiger barbs. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. You tell Ben Ochart that Salient Aquatics, Jesse said he's scared of tiger barbs, and he's a sissy, and he won't do it. But I am a master at tiger barbs too. I am a tiger barb master. A master. Oh, see, I got the Flipper Nano isn't really made for the 55, but it works really good. I get this algae right here. See, we get that right there like that. See, come up here. Oh, right here. There's a little bit right here. That's got to go away. See, we go. Oh, there's some down here. See, I'm getting this tank maintenance. Got to get all this brown algae off here. See, some right down here. See, and see. There we go. Oh, easy, easy, fellas. Easy. You're getting you're scared about it. Okay, there. I got it. Oh, just a little bit over here. See? Now we're done with that. See? And that's it. That was my tank maintenance stream. What do you think? How large of a school would you recommend to start a project? For what? For what fish are you referring to, Jay? Because I think that makes a difference per fish, right? If you're trying to breed fish, I think the general rule of thumb, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong here, but one female, 6, 7 males, or backwards. God, they'd run a train on that. That'd be terrible. One male, 6 to 7 females, or something like that. Tiger barbs, I don't even know. I've never got them to breed. Um, I think I have all males here. I need to get some females. But I do know anytime you're talking about breeding fish, you're going to have a lot higher of aggression at that time. So you're going to have to do some things to help reduce aggression as much as possible. At the end of the day, I don't think it's possible. When the breeding's coming into play, you're going to have it, and crap's going to hit the fan. It's just the way it is. All you can do is try the ratio. You need enough females versus males to help calm that down during that time period, because your line breaks, your dither fish, all the tricks at that time really don't help much. Candy carrier. I think you've told me about Mike Hellway before. Jay caught that. Tiger barbs 18 would be a good start point. 18. Chugga chugga. I'm gonna see if I can count these guys. It's about impossible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think I have 18 in here. And I want to get some more. This is one of my favorite fish. So you got to be careful. Like I'm looking at this one right here. It looks like get a little bit of a belly. And that's probably because I've been feeding them a little bit too much lately. So I'm probably going to let these guys go a couple days without feeding them. You got to watch these tiger barbs. I've noticed they get bloat really easy. Even with the high quality foods. That's all I feed. I have bred barbs in outdoor tubs, Congo and cherry. Cherry barbs are another one I like. I'd like to get some more barbs, but tigers are my favorite. Cherry barbs are about as easy as it gets with barbs. Okay, they'll colony breed fairly well. Excuse me. I actually took some of the plants in this aquarium I took out of the father fish tanks. The father fish tanks plants were just busting out. So I pulled them out, put them in here. They seem to be doing all right. Not too bad. Had some cyanobacteria issues in this aquarium. I pretty much got that nipped in the butt. Too much lighting. I had to dial the intensity down to 50% and turn all the other colors off, and I finally got rid of that cyanobacteria there. I try to do it naturally before I try to add the crap. If I have too much, because over time cyanobacteria can become a problem. So I like to, if I have to, I'll add the erythromycin and kill it. But cherry barbs are highly predatory out there. Ooh, shoot. Well, fish peeps, it's been 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I do want you to look forward to more live streams and some tank maintenance streams coming up. I'd like to wait till I get into the Roku box, like I said, so I can get the chat up in that TV so I can read the chat while I'm working and not have to babysit another device or anything. Higer, don't forget to use my affiliate code at Higer. If you choose to buy anything from Higer, I have affiliate code on my channel. Use it. I'll get a small commission from that. Feed your fish Northfin. It's the best food going. Do it. Because if you don't, I'll put a crack in your arm like the crack in the Liberty Bell. It's that simple. As does a lot of egg scatterers, but with plenty of hiding places. Yeah. So I guess in a sense you could use a spawning mop just to give places an egg to get down into as well. I bought 8 rosy barbs. The store told me they were all females. 3 months later, I had baby rosy barbs. Who would have thunk it? See you, Tim. Thanks again for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate you. Have a good. I'm gonna go get some breakfast myself. Have a good rest of your weekend. Leaving potted plants in a big pile works well for cherry barbs fry and avoiding predation. How I've done it. Okay. We got some good advice in here for some breeders. Kept them in an outside tub full of hornwort. Okay. Does this marble method actually work? Like no plants, just the marbles? Well, I could see how that would work. They'd fall down in the cracks. Makes sense. As for me, I got to get off. I'm going to get some breakfast, talk with the fam. I appreciate you guys all. Have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time, we'll see you out in the field. I will be putting videos out, just not as much more. I'm going to be talking more with you one-on-one. It's more enjoyable, more fun. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for all your support. I can't thank you enough. And till next time, we'll see you out in the field. And before I go, Yes. Vote for Trump. I said it. Robert Steiger, you still here? You still here, buddy? Or did he leave? I forgot I got to play that for him. MAGA, you got it, Raz. Robert Steigert. Robert Steigert. Did he leave? Is he in here? Did he leave? Robert Steigert. Robert. Check us out. Trump all the way. Nope. Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, I'm out. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you next time.
Like this and like that and like this and like this.